How y'all doing?
Kenrich, that was just a kind of a different game because you never trailed, but it felt like it was a 1 or 2 possession game basically the whole night. What's it like to be inside of a game like that and to try to execute possession after possession when it's like that?
Yeah, I think it's good for us. It gives us an opportunity to work on the things that we need to work on that we're going to see later on in the season and the postseason as well. So you definitely sometimes you want to win, by a big margin, but you love those type of games because it helps build like a muscle and it helps for where we want to be.
What'd you make of some of those possessions where it's Kaysen or Lou trying to deal with Horford or Porzingis on the block? I mean, you're a guy that does not mind, playing up like that. And what did you see from those guys in some of those kind of one-on-one situations?
I thought they did a good job battling. Definitely undersized. Porzingis is a very tall player, but did a good job battling, making it tough for him. And that's just kind of our mentality as a team. We got a lot of guys out right now, so it's the next man up. No matter what, no excuses, and just got to go out there and get it done.
You guys got off to a really strong start shooting the ball from deep. Can you kind of just speak to, I guess, the momentum that builds from something like that when you get everybody involved?
Yeah, it's big. Once everybody gets to touch it, it's the ball has energy. So we started off hot, kind of cooled off a little bit, but our defense is kind of what kept us in the game there in the fourth quarter.
Sort of along those lines, Isaiah talked recently about a game you guys play in practice called 5 Shots, 5 Spots. I saw you won today, so
yes, sir.
Congrats on that.
Appreciate it.
How much does that kind of, I guess, breathe confidence into the group when you guys get a little bit of extra competitiveness like that going?
Well, it's good, that's a game we started when I first got here, and it's good for not only guys like myself but the other guys as well. I always tell those guys that iron sharpens iron. So whenever you're shooting with a great shooter like Isaiah Joe, is like you have no choice but to get better, and it's been, I feel like it's been helping us a lot. The guys who shoot with us, we cash out.
Kenrich, can you walk us through that final possession that you had on Porzingis there at the end, defending him?
Yeah, we had a foul to give. I was gonna foul, but I know that I like the chances I take on defense and just taking pride and just try to make it tough for him. Like I said, he's a tall guy, shoot right over me, so just try to make it tough for him and just and trust the backside to come in and help.
That's the second game now where you've been put into the game in some really clutch time situations. How much do you kind of relish that opportunity to get in there and compete at that stage of a game?
Yeah, I'm grateful for it. I'm definitely grateful for it. Just to be out there on the court, whether that's crunch time or garbage minutes. I'm grateful for whatever I get, and like I said, it always builds a muscle. It builds a muscle for you, for the team and individual players as well. So I'm definitely appreciative of those minutes.
Does that show up also the game that you guys are 5-on-5 stuff? They're loading up on Shai. They're sending 2 guys at him. So you and Isaiah seem to take really advantage of that. Are you looking for that? Are you just kind of, the shot comes to you? Just I guess the nature just to kind of take those shots and take up the slack.
Yeah, Shai's a great player, so they're gonna double him, and that's gonna leave guys open. It's just about stepping into those shots confident, being confident in those shots, and that game definitely helps a lot with that. Kind of that mentality of just shooting the next shot, miss or make, and living with the results.
Kenrich, the 3 Shai got, that was the dagger, very reminiscent of the 3 he made to win the game against the Clippers years ago. I think you were one of the first guys to go
Yeah.
tackle him that night. I just wonder if any of that was going through your mind as he hit that shot, and just your thoughts on him as a closer, and being able to go to that late.
Yeah, I feel like he's the best in the game. Closing, you can bet the house on it. Having Shai in those moments, he always rises to the occasion. You try not to take it for granted because he does it so often. But like I said, man, I trust him with the ball. That last 5 minutes, give him the ball, give Shai the ball, the last 5 minutes, and we'll just play off Shai. But he made a great play there at the end, and kind of boosted us and helped us win the game for sure.
Do you remember much from that? The Clippers won the game winner. I mean, Shai was probably 22 or 23 at the time.
Yeah.
I wonder what you were thinking at that time.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't what he is now.
I think he had like a celebration dance. That's what I remember. Yeah. It's either that or another game. But ever since I got here, he's always wanted the ball in those moments, and that's when your best players show up. Is in clutch moments, and he's always been that guy.
Sort of related to that, you're one of the longest tenured guys on this team. You guys won a championship last year, but you also 3 straight seasons of 50 wins. What does it mean to you to see sort of the transformation of this team from when you first got here to now of like sustained excellence?
Yeah, I'm just very grateful to be a part of this team, be a part of this organization. There's some truly great people in this organization that help us achieve those goals. And I'm not just talking about the players, I'm talking about the strength staff and the training staff, the chefs, everybody, helps us achieve those goals that we want. And it just, for me, it happens so fast. You go from losing a lot of games in a row to now, like you said, winning 50+ games a year. You definitely got to take a step back and kind of be appreciative of where you're at, and the guys that we're with.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank y'all.